Greetings. It's Cam. We back. We got some more fire for you. But before we get down, we're going to raise some energy up. All right. No matter where you at, energy knows no time and space. So this energy that I'm popping right here, no matter what decade, what year you in, you will feel this. Now today's video, we're going to be talking about Hubble Telescope, the big lie. But before we get in today's video, I got two PSAs, public service announcement, okay? The first, I've been telling you how when this energy hits the planet and the frequency rises, how it affects you. I'm going to give you an example of what happened to me 2 weeks ago. It started on a Wednesday, and when I woke up, a lot of times when the energy hits, I feel extra pressure in my head. This time, that's not what I felt. I felt a heaviness over my whole body. So when I woke up Wednesday, I went to work. I woke up Thursday morning and I woke up Friday morning. I said, I ain't doing shit, right? Boom, that shit had me like this, right? So when the weekend rolled around, me and my wife have a good relationship. I didn't speak maybe 2 or 3 words to her the whole weekend. I spent my whole weekend outside working, prepping my garden, working on my lawn. And you know, while I was outside working Saturday and Sunday, I live in a semi-rural area. So, you know, we got folks with chickens, roosters, goats. I didn't hear none of that. And as I'm working outside, I'm saying to myself, damn, is them goats gone? Is the chickens? I don't hear the goats and the chickens, right? But at the same time, all I felt was just, and all I knew was just the work, huh? So, by the time Sunday ended, and as I was checking out my behavior, I said to myself, do you got a problem? What's wrong? Why are you feeling like this? All right? Start questioning myself because I'm feeling like this. So, I think it was Monday or Tuesday when I got to do my 411 and check out my space weather. I saw from that Sunday, from that Wednesday to Sunday of last weekend was a geomagnetic storm that came out of nowhere. They hit the planet, and it blew the scientists' minds of the size of this geomagnetic storm. And as people on the planet documented with their cell phones and stuff like that, what we saw was the Aurora Borealis. I always mess that up. The Aurora Borealis, which you generally see up in Alaska. Those colors stretch from Alaska all the way across Canada to the northern states in the United States because folks was taking pictures of it with their cell phones, right? So I'm like, oh, okay. That's what that was that I felt, right? So the whole purpose of me telling you this is so you get to understand that when these solar flares hit, the geomagnetic storms hit, the magnetic field goes whoop-de-whoop, all erratic, it affects us, our emotions, our thoughts, and our cells, cellular frequency rate. Okay? So now, the second PSA I got for you, huh? Okay? So like, when I did my studying, I remember reading, I can't remember where, but we must remember, there was a point in time when you had the gods here along with the human beings. And it was said that the gods were embarrassed to be seen with three things around humans. The first one was to be sweating, because that meant they are not in full control of their vibratory essence of all the organs and glands. They were embarrassed to be seen bleeding, meant they couldn't heal themselves like that. And the third thing they were embarrassed to be seen was to be sick. Alright? Now I will tell you this. With what I have learned and what I'm doing, I would be embarrassed to be sick. I don't get sick. I used to get sick. I used to get 2 colds a year. And I used to have 3 sinus attacks a year. I don't get that no more. Alright? So, in your Bible it says, drink the waters from thine own belly, that thy life shall be everlasting. Your bellies, huh? It also says, drink the waters from thine own cistern. Drink the waters from thine own well. Your cistern in your body is your bladder. Now I'm telling you, what I'm getting ready to tell you, 95% of you are going to think I'm crazy. Because you've been programmed with this Western mindset, which is anti-spiritual and got us locked up. We need to deprogram ourselves. When we talk about your own cistern, your own well, it's talking about your bladder, your urine. Your own urine could cure any ailment in your body. Cancers, viruses. Listen, the Creator, one true Creator, gave you, when you was born, everything you need to keep yourself healthy is self-contained. You got everything you need. So what I'm trying to tell you is you need to research urine therapy, especially in the times we're in now. Huh? Do I need to say more on that? Your urine is what is called self-vaccination. Huh? Your urine has micro quantities of all the toxins in your body. So when you drink your urine, what you're doing for your immune system is reintroducing those toxins so it can get smart and take care of business. Self-vaccination. It's the same thing with your childhood vaccine. When we were children, we took the childhood vaccine, right? Why? Mumps, rubella, hoop-de-hoop, measles, all that. They took a little bit of the poison, put it in there, so it will, your immune system, when it encounters it, oh, I remember that. I could fight it, right? So we need to understand the concept of germs and viruses are not bad. the more germs you allow your immune system to see, the more intelligent it becomes and can fight. It increases its potential to fight. Alright? So what we need to understand is Western mindset has our immune systems weak as shit. You got to come out this Western mindset, all this washing your hands and whoop-de-whoop and ha, no. The most powerful tool that you have to fight any ailment, cancer. If you research urine therapy, they'll tell you it's 7 constituents in everybody's urine will cure any cancer. Right? Right. See? Do some research. Don't believe me. Alright? So, in the time we're in now, we need to understand we are not helpless. The one true creator knew this shit was going to happen. Everything you need, you was born with. Don't believe me though. Do your research. Alright? So, next we're going to get into this Hubble Telescope, the big lie. Now remember I told you that the Dogon say our ancestors come from Sirius. We are the star seeds, star children. Alright? So the Syrians set up shop here first. Now we need to understand as time went on, other higher mans came here and influenced what was going on Earth. So all those star people are not your people. Some of those star people came here and put you to sleep. Anunnaki. Yeah? Anunnaki ain't your friend. Alright? So, remember the Dogon. Now, this is an article titled Hubble Telescope, the Big Lie. Now, before I get into this, let me tell you where I got this from. When the internet first started out in its infancy stage, it was a hub of great information. One of the information hubs was called CompuServe. And I have a lot of articles because back in the 90s, when the information was real good on the internet, there was so much information that you don't see on the internet anymore. It's become commercialized, bastardized, propagandized, okay, and censored. So what we have here is a document that I got off CompuServe in 1994, okay? So this is dated back to 1994. And basically what it's talking about is when the Hubble Telescope was first put up, which I think was around 1990, something around like that. When it first was put up, they told us that something was wrong with the Hubble Telescope and we had to go up there and make some adjustments. And it was maybe 2 or 3 years later before they say they start getting good photos. But what this article is talking about, that NASA was telling you a lie, and that the big reason that they had to lie about this was because of when they put the Hubble Telescope up, what they saw, all the military saw was I'm gonna leave it up here so you can read it, but to the limits of the universe where space turns back in on itself, the beginning and end became the same. There seemed to be a variety of vessels in progress from one point to another. We must assume that they are inhabited, but by what? Okay, so it says in our history, whenever an inferior culture has been exposed to a superior culture, it has languished and faded away. Talking about what they get ready to see happen here on planet Earth, right? So what they saw was there was more technological progress in a day than was once in 1,000 years before. We are not now of the nature of to bow humbly to alien entities as our masters. Give us some credit. At least that is the firm conviction of Dr. Hans Markowitz and the secret college of top scientists the world over. They don't accept the politically fictionized history of man, but instead see man as capable of holding his own and deserving of the truth. The big picture, the reason, the big lie is this: we may be facing the greatest war, an interstellar war, that the universe has ever known. Listen, people, far out in space in the general direction of Sirius, the dog star, a monstrous cloud of vessels is moving through space. You hear what they say? A monstrous cloud of vessels. All information obtained to this point is subjected to computer analysis. The indications are that this space flotilla will intercept Earth in approximately 12 years. Now, this was in 1994. It happened before then. All right, so now look at this. They are up to 500 miles long, sleek, apparently all technological muscle, and are assumed to be military in nature and therefore likely hostile. Such a conglomeration of power will not be put together to pay us a friendly visit. We must assume the worst. Now, let's go down here. We must begin a worldwide psychological preparation and an all-out technological effort to prepare our defense. Listen, people. Has mankind perhaps faced a similar situation in the past? A very primitive tribe in Africa claims to come from Sirius, the dog star. They describe in astronomical detail the exactness of the twin star system, the situation of the planets, and the physical makeup of their home planet. Yet they don't even have a written language. It may be that we are outgunned, and on the other hand, it may be that they have underestimated mankind's ability to rise to the occasion. So, listen, people. Your ancestors are here. The cosmic ancestors are here. All right? You need to understand that they know this. They know their time is short. Now, let's move on to the next phase. All right? Watch this.
Here we have an amateur astronomer capable of catching these things with his small telescope and a small camcorder.
Now let me say, I downloaded this video around 2000. Watch this now. This is from an amateur astrologist.
As it always goes with discoverers of great things, he has no funding, no high-end telescopes, no high-end cameras. He has found something that through his apparatus that he invented is capable of capturing interstellar spacecraft. If the starships that John Leonard Walson has captured in deep space are ours, then I am glad we have them out there protecting our planet.
No, they are not.
What they are protecting us from is thought-provoking, to say the least. These things are enormous. On the other hand, if they are not ours, I wonder who or what is operating them.
there was a fear then of something out there. It became a very big concern. Asteroids, UFOs, people coming from other places. Paranoia was also there within the government. At certain levels, you could feel it. You knew it was happening. I noticed the satellite's positionings. I said, now this is supposed to be a system that tracks radar anomalies on Earth, right? You know, the whole thing, the movement. Yep, that's what it does. And I said, so why half of them pointed towards the outer space? Towards the moon, towards areas that are just blank space. Well, I don't know. Was the reply. He says, never thought about it. He says, well, at least half of those satellites you got up there aren't looking at Earth. I said, what are they looking for? He says, well, you got to have them need to know about that. I said, I see. In other words, who's coming? He says, we don't know. End of subject.
Ever since I got involved with John Leonard Wilson, I always now look at the Big Dipper in a totally different way. I can't wait to machinery it would take to construct one of these things is no less conceivable. And the fact that they can expand and transform into different shapes in deep space is extraordinary. There are questions I have. If they are man-made, then we must have technologies that are way beyond our comprehension. What kind of energy systems are being applied here? This is one big puzzle that has yet to be solved, or at the very least, acknowledged. Constellations. This means that perhaps if one structure is 2.5 light years away, it may be orbiting around Earth at millions of miles per hour. With those kinds of velocities, and with the capability of being able to effortlessly change and transform, it takes an enormous amount of energy. What kind of alloys are they made of that allows them to transform and retract at these velocities in deep space?
All right, now, that Hubble Telescope, the big lie, came out in 1994. In 1996, they came out with a movie called Independence Day with Will Smith. And they showed you in the movie where the ships was cloaked as clouds. Listen, people, if you look over the last decade, there are tons and tons of people who'll be taking their cell phones and taking pictures of clouds where you see shapes of ships in the clouds. Alright? Pay attention. You see some of these videos folks got out there of the sun, of the long ships that's coming and connecting off the sun like a look like a train. Can't tell how long they are. Probably a couple thousand miles. Pay attention. This stuff is all on the internet. All you gotta do, the ships are here now. Alright? Now I'm gonna tell you this. Before I saw like that video with the ships on it, where the amateur guy was showing you the ships in space. Now those ships are around the planet now. He guy's an amateur, so he ain't got no high-powered telescope, so he can't see but so far. So I let you know those ships are relatively near the planet. So I got that video around 2000, maybe 2002, something like that. But before then, when I would meditate, and what I do with my chakras, I've lined my chakras with the earth chakras, I've lined my chakras with the solar system chakras, and I line my chakras with the galactic chakras. So when I astral project out into the solar system, I was seeing these ships. But I couldn't believe that I was seeing them. I thought this was just in my mind. Ye have less faith the size of a mustard seed. Now, if ye have the faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. So even where I'm at, and along my journey to where I am now, as a human being, it's called a human condition, that I don't have the conviction of the faith in myself that we need. Okay? So, understand this, that the ships are here. The brothers and sisters, our cosmic brothers and sisters are here. But since when each of us was born, we had everything we needed to take care of this mess ourselves, they're not going to intercede. The Calvary is within us, the energy. Okay? So it's important now to learn to breathe right, learn to cultivate your energy. Okay? So let's leave you with breathing. All right? Your breath is the most powerful tool that you have. Remember, when the Lord God made Adam, he what? Breath, life into him. Every breath you take affects the planet, the solar system, the universe. Okay? So, the basics of how to breathe properly, we have to go back and breathe like we were when we were in our mother's womb, where we got our oxygen from our umbilical cord. So the first part of our breathing apparatus is 1 inch below your belly button. It's called the hara, also Tandian. All right? This is the spot where all the energy comes in your body and is distributed throughout the whole of your body. All right? So when we're breathing, and we're shallow breathing, because right now Western convention teaches us it's 2 parts of your breathing apparatus: the lower, which is the diaphragm, lungs; upper, the sinuses. Right? It does not, because this is the spiritual part of you, the energy. Right? You have to go and deprogram ourselves from this Western gook. Okay? The Western way of life is anti-spiritual in every aspect. Not some of it. All of Western way of life is anti-spiritual. You have to come out of Western mindset and programming. All right? So, the first part of your breathing apparatus is down here. Okay? So now we need to understand there's 3 parts of your breathing apparatus. You must learn to start to breath from here. Okay? So, breathing, in order to retrain your body to breathe properly, you have to use rhythm. All right? So, we say it's 4 parts to a breath. The anatomy of a breath has 4 parts. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Okay, so when you're going to use rhythm, you're going to say, I'm going to do a 4, 4, 4, 4 count. That means inhale, 4 count. Inhale, hold, 4 count. Exhale, 4 count. Exhale, hold, 4 count. Okay, so we're going to go and teach the first breath. With the first breath, what you're doing, okay, let me also say this about the breath, breathing. To accelerate your cellular frequency rate, when you accelerate the cellular frequency rate, that means all your organs and glands begin to function more efficiently. You begin to detox at a faster rate. Okay? The breathing will increase internal pressure. Okay, you got to remember your body is a pressurized system, blood pressure, right? Pressurized system. So you're going to use the breath to increase your internal pressure to facilitate faster detoxification, raising cellular rate, getting more oxygen to every cell, boosting hemoglobin levels, boosting melatonin levels, boosting serotonin levels. All right? So you can start activating all your dormant neuromelanins in your brain. Okay? So, because we don't breathe from here, what happens is this area of our body the energy becomes stagnant, right? And because the energy becomes stagnant, it's not, nothing is working, all right, like it should. Because the energy is like water. The more you get it to flow, the more it cleans, right? The more you get the energy to flow, the more it cleans your arteries, your blood vessels, whoop-de-whoop, all of it, right? So, this is why we have prostate cancers, fibroid tumors, colon cancers. All this energy down here is stagnant. You got to learn to move it, right? This is what I'm going to show you right now, right? So that's what the first breath is designed to do, all right? So your first breath, when you inhale, you're going to suck in your gut, and when you exhale, you're going to push it out, okay? So 4-4-4 count. Inhale 4, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, push your gut out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. All right? That's the first breath. This is designed to help retrain your body how to breathe properly. The more you do the breathing, you will see you got more efficient and stronger bowel movements. Right? All that stuff is backlogged because you ain't got no energy down there to push it out. Right? You're going to use your breath to increase the energy in this area to facilitate detoxification and eliminating waste. Okay? So, that's the first breath. Y'all take that, roll with it, right? If you like the video, hit the like button. Please subscribe and share the video because once again, we got more shit coming for you and we're going to knock you upside your head and wake your ass up.